Welcome everyone to our chapter 10, e-commerce, digital markets and digital goods. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about electronic commerce, that is the features of electronic commerce, and then we will talk about digital market, how it is different from traditional market. We will talk about digital goods, features of digital goods. We will introduce you the e-commerce revenue model and e-commerce business model. Let's start. Okay, e-commerce. We know e-commerce is electronic commerce. So if you use internet or any kind of electronic way to transact, then you can call that is e-commerce. It starts from 1995 and it grows exponentially. And though in the dot-com bubbles, in the 2000s, there was a dot-com bubble. At that time, those companies who adopted with the dot-com, they actually survived in the market. And there are some new e-commerce like social, mobile, and local e-commerce. Later, we will introduce you these ideas. If you just check out this graph, you see from 1995 to 2018, e-commerce is growing exponentially. If we talk about current situations, COVID-19 or coronavirus, you see most of the people are locked down at home, and now the best way to transact is through electronically. And I think after this COVID-19 scenarios, the demand of e-commerce will grow more and more. Now we'll talk about 8 unique features of internet and web as commercial medium. So you see these are the 8 features we will talk about one by one. Number one is ubiquity. So ubiquity means you can work on uh, e-commerce, or we call work on the system 24 by 7 from anytime, anywhere. That's why we call this is ubiquity. There is no time barrier or no place barrier. And basically there is no geographical barriers, and everybody's are engaged on a marketplace that we call the market space. And definitely it reduces the transaction cost. We call the cost of participating in the market. Suppose if you are participating in the market, you need to pay commission to various wholesaler, retailer, distributors, or even suppliers. But if you engage on electronic commerce, then you don't need to you don't need to bear the transaction cost. So number one feature of electronic commerce is ubiquity. Number two is global reach. Uh, Through traditional commerce, it's not possible to reach you in cross-national countries, but through electronic commerce or online commerce, you can reach your product in cross-national boundaries. You know about the features of websites. Suppose you are selling your product over electronically over website, so anybody from any country can check out your product and can buy the product, and there is no barriers. So this is the second features of electronic commerce over traditional commerce. And third feature is universal standards. In case of traditional commerce, there is no universal standard, but in case of e-commerce, there is a universal standards. You see, all over the world, we are using same standard that is called internet standards. It works through TCP/IP. There is no difference between person to persons. Like Bill Gates is using internet protocol, and we are also using internet protocol. Same thing. So here, disparate computer systems easily communicate with one another through this IP. And of course it lowered the market entry cost, because in case of traditional commerce you need to bear lots of entry costs, but in e-commerce, if you have something to sell, you can sell over online anytime from anywhere. And definitely it is reducing the consumer search cost. consumers can easily search by using their browser. Then number fourth element of e-commerce is richness. We call e-commerce actually help us to spend, or we call it spread different kinds of messages through text, audios, and videos. So the higher the message, the richness. If we talk about text message richness is lower, but the video message richness is higher. So in case of traditional commerce, it's not possible to reach over billions of peoples through these only if we talk about leaflet. But now if we talk about some video messages over Facebook or YouTube, you can automatically reach billions of people. And definitely the reach, here we talk about reach. This reach means the quality of the message is better than the text message. And then interactivity, number fifth element of e-commerce features. So through e-commerce we can maintain the interactions. Customers can interact at the real time. Here as organizations are using websites, organizations are using internet, so people can interact with them through social media and various ways. So there is a interactions between the producers and customers, manufacturer and customer. And number seven, here we call the information density. So in case of electronic commerce, information is huge. Here you can check out the price very easily. That's why we call there is a greater price transparency, and there is greater cost transparency. People can easily check out the cost. You see, price transparency for consumers and cost transparency for producers, and it also enables merchant to engage in price discriminations. Here the producers or the manufacturers can discriminate the price based on various issues, like based on the demand of the market or based on various events. You can offer different kinds of price based on the demand or necessity in the market. And here number sorry, previous one was number 6, and this is number 7, personalization and customizations. So through e-commerce you can send personalized message, and you can send deliver customized products. Again, I am talking about this. Here you see personalizations. This is for message. We can personalize the message, like the product you are loving, we can send a message to you about that product. Or it may varies person to persons. All the peoples are not receiving same kind of messages. So through the use of big data, nowadays business organization can check out the nature of people, and they can send personalized message to people. And customizations, it's also easier to customize the product. Like you are ordering any devices based on your requirement, organizations can offer you the product in a customized way. So through electronic commerce, here you see, in case of traditional commerce, most of our products are standardized. That is what they are producing. You are bound to receive that. But through e-commerce, it's possible to receive customized product. And then number 8 is social technology. We call it's possible to use the social medias or social networking, and it actually helps both customers and business organizations to interact, and this is a system of many to many model. Previously, the communication system was one to many, like televisions, that is from one people to lots of people, that was one to many. Nowadays, you see, as a social media user, you are the content creator and you are the content receiver. So sometimes you are posting in social medias, and sometimes you are receiving content. So that is we call the many to many model. So these are 8 unique features of e-commerce over traditional commerce. Now we'll talk about effect of the internet on the marketplace. So definitely, internet brings lots of opportunities to us, and it has some competitive advantage over traditional commerce. So here are some points, like it reduces the information asymmetry. In case of traditional commerce, information might be mm, uh, asymmetrical, but in case of e-commerce, you can send symmetrical informations. So I need to discuss about the asymmetry and symmetry. Symmetrical informations means you are receiving same kind of informations, but asymmetrical information, that is different kind of information. If I discuss this more broadly, like suppose in case of traditional commerce, suppose you are visiting a grocery shop. In a shop, the price is suppose 70 taka, and if you just check out on another shop, you may see the price is 60 taka. That means different customers are receiving different kind of information, different kind of price, but it's not possible over electronically or over internet, because people can easily check out the product price. So that's why we call e-commerce is reducing information asymmetry. And these e-commerce also offers greater flexibility and efficiency, because it reduces the search cost and transaction cost. You can search the product over online very easily. We can uh, reduce the transaction cost. As I said, transaction cost means cost of participating in the market. So suppose you are selling the product over traditionally, so you need to give commission to wholesaler, retailer, distributor. But in case of e-commerce, you don't need to be at that cost. That's why we call it reduces the transaction cost, and of course it lower the menu costs. So menu cost, suppose you are visiting a restaurant. On the restaurant, you are getting the menu, price menu, or there you see, in case of traditional commerce, if you change the price of the product, you need to uh, maintain separate cost. Like if we talk about various clothes pricing, suppose you are offering discounts, so you need to print out the menu separately, so there is a cost. But in case of e-commerce, if you want to change the price, you don't need to print out the costing, or you print out the pricing or menu pricing. That definitely it reduce the cost. So we call e-commerce also assist us in reducing menu cost. Then it also helps us to engage on price discriminations. As I say, through e-commerce, you can offer different kind of price on different occasions, different event, and different target people. That is, you can segment people on different areas or different communities. Based on the demand of the communities, you can discriminate the price. Like if we talk about the airport and some areas, like if we talk about Gulshan areas, so you know the price of Gulshan area is different from some other areas. So you can do that over electronically also. And dynamic pricing is based on the demand of the market. You can reduce the price, or you can increase the price. The best example of the dynamic pricing we call air tickets or airlines pricing, air tickets pricing. So based on the demand of the customers, you can change the price. So that is, or if we talk about some occasion-based pricing, that is also we can refer as a dynamic pricing. And e-commerce definitely reduce or increase the switching cost. Switching cost means share we call if you switch or one organization to another organization, then you need to bear some cost. Suppose I am using here uh, Android or Apple devices. So if I switch from Apple device to Android device, then I need to maintain some infrastructural changes. So there I need to bear some cost. That is switching cost. So it varies. In some cases, such switching cost is higher. In some cases, switching cost is lower. And of course it may delay gratifications. It actually depends on product. Sometimes some products we are getting the gratification instantly, some products we are receiving the product later. Like in case of digital goods, we are receiving the digital goods instantly, but traditional goods, we call the goods that are not possible to transfer over computer, you are receiving that later. That's why we call delay gratifications. And increased market segmentations, you can segment the market based on various categories. And of course it through e-commerce, it is maintaining stronger network effects. More and more people are engaging on internet, so you may engage on network effects there, and more disintermediation there. Disintermediations we call uh, here when you are removing the intermediaries, so wholesaler, retailer, distributors. So uh, through electronic commerce you can easily disintermediate. There is a disintermediations. Just look at this graph. We call the benefits of disintermediations. Like suppose you are manufacturer, you are selling your product directly to customers. The product price is 20.45, but when you are engaging in the market, as I said earlier, cost of participating in the market, you need to bear the cost of commission of distributor, retailer. Then the cost is $48.50. So definitely the e-commerce is helping you in this part. You can sell the product to customers directly, and production cost is lower, commission is lower, so the overall production we call product price is lower. So this is the benefits of disintermediation. And now we'll talk about digital goods. So here you see digital goods that can be delivered over a digital network. Again, simple example is if you transfer any goods over computer, that is digital goods, like music, her movies, any kind of videos, software, newspaper, books. Nowadays, as I am delivering the lectures, I can transfer these lectures over internet, over computer. So this is digital goods. But when I was conducting class in physical classroom, that was not digital. Now you see we can enjoy the digital learning. So education become digital. Even in near future, you will engage on uh, your exam over digitally. So we call exam is also digital course. So if you sit in the exam over internet, then that is digital. But if you sit for paper based or manually, then that is not digital. So just think about some products on your surroundings. Previously we are ordering our product manually. Now we are ordering our product digitally, and more products are becoming digitals. Here you see the in case of digital goods, the cost of producing the first unit is almost the entire cost. Suppose you are producing uh, one book, PDF book, so the cost of second unit there is zero, because after producing the product you can copy and you can create lots of books through using these copy options from computer. But in case of traditional commerce, the second unit of production, you may call the price is cost is lower, but still you need to bear the cost. But in case of digital goods, you no longer require to bear any cost for second unit or third unit. Just you may check out the examples of YouTube videos or some other movies. The entire cost is maintained during the productions, but when you are uploading the videos, there is no cost. And then we call uh, cost of delivery over the internet is very low. As you see, we are enjoying musics, movies, and our here lectures. The cost is very low nowadays. People can even we are using various kinds of video conferencing. The cost is very low. Then marketing cost here, marketing cost is remains same. Sometimes price varies. In some cases it is higher, in some cases it is lower. And then we call the industries with digital goods are undergoing revolutionary changes, like publishing platforms and here record labels, musics. So these are features of this. Now I'll talk about the types of e-commerce. So already we learned about the electronic commerce. So uh, if you buy or sell, or if you transfer product over electronically, or we call, if you engage on uh, online or internet based commerce, that is electronic commerce. Now this commerce can be classified in three categories. We call B2B, B2C, and C2C. So this is simple. We call, if you are a business owner and you are producing product to sell it to consumers, then that is we call B2C. And if you are a business owner and you are producing product to provide services or to provide products to the business organization, then we call that is B2B. And suppose you are consumers, so you are selling your product to another consumer, that is C2C. Actually, consumer here, you are not the producer. Suppose sometimes you are selling your used product to other customers or other consumers, then we call that is C2C. You see, here are some different examples like C2C. Example C is eBay. In our country, we are using Bitcoin.com. You can sell your mobile devices, your used computer or some other devices to another consumers, that is C2C. And nowadays another commerce is become very popular, we call m-commerce or mobile commerce. Think about the uses of bKash, Rocket, and some other mobile commerce options. Nowadays we are transacting through mobile commerce. More and more people are habituated with this. Okay, we are talking about e-commerce business models. Here you see you can run e-commerce through various kinds of business models: portal, e-tailer, content provider, transaction brokers, market creators, service providers, and community providers. If you check out your book, you will see the details. Just I am explaining one by one. Number one is portal. Example of portal is like Yahoo, Bing, Google. So this is the point where you can enter on websites. So some organizations may run business through such kind of portal. Suppose in our country there is a portal we call ppgrika.com. E-tailer. For e-tailers, organizations are earning money through transaction fees and some other revenue options. Suppose eBay, Amazon, these are e-tailers. Then content providers. Some organizations are creating contents and they are earning money through content. It could be music, it could be here videos or graphics or any other content. Even SoundCloud is earning money through sound systems. Then transaction brokers, that is another kind of e-commerce business model. Transactions like if you help anyone to get the transaction done, then you will get some brokerage fee. So as like as offline brokerage, it is working or it is assisting some other firms to uh, earn revenue, that is transaction brokers. And then another one is market creator. Suppose you are creating a market in offline like new market or Jamuna future park. These are offline market and you can create such kind of market over online. Like in you are creating a market space where both buyer and sellers are engaged, and you are giving them place, and through the place you are earning money, or you may get some other money through transaction or through some other options. Then service providers, you may earn revenue, or you may run your business through providing some services. It could be your health related services or some other, suppose we call our computer related or IT related services. You can provide that over online and you can run the business. And of course the last one here is in the community provider. So some organizations are serving the community, as for example, Facebook. Facebook is totally providing services to community, friends and families, and your social services. So they are earning money through advertisement, but ultimately they are serving the community. So these are some e-commerce business models. Then we'll talk about e-commerce revenue model. Uh, as you see, you can earn revenue through e-commerce through advertising, then sales, subscription, free premium, transaction fees, and affiliate. So advertising is one of the main source. Like suppose you are providing free services and you are utilizing the browser's data, and then based on the browser's data you are earning revenue. Like Facebook is earning money through advertising, Google and all other free sites, they are earning revenue through advertising. Sales, you can earn revenue directly through sales like Amazon, like Daraj, like Bigquery.com. These organizations are earning revenue through sales. Subscriptions, some organizations are providing services over online, and you have to provide them subscription fees. Very simple example, Netflix. Suppose you are using New York Times or Wall Street journals. So you need to subscribe their site and then you can enjoy their content. And another option is free premium. Some organizations are providing free services and later they are asking you to give them fees. So that is called free premium. So some contents are free and then later you need to give them the fees, that is free premium options. And transaction fee, in some cases, suppose you are creating a marketplace. On the marketplace you are allowing others to sell their product. So if they use your site to sell the product, you may charge some transaction fees. So some organizations are earning money through that way, that is transaction fees. And affiliations we call affiliate. So affiliate, this is the concept as like as affiliate marketing. Suppose you may use different organization websites to engage or to create lead generations, or you may identify how many leads you can get from other site, and based on that you may share the revenue. So that is the affiliate revenue business. And now we'll talk about e-commerce marketing. Definitely, the digital marketing options has totally changed. Nowadays, we are doing our marketing options over online, and internet is the main source of this marketing. So there are lots of options in the internet marketing options. So one of the option is long tail marketing. So this is the ability to reach a large audience inexpensively. It means there is no specific target. Like you are, suppose you are selecting an area, and you are targeting the whole area. So that is, you are not considering their behaviors, you are not considering their attitude. Just you are trying to get prospective customers without any specific criteria. That is long tail marketing. But in case of behavioral targeting, you may use a specific nature of the customers or behaviors. Like as I said, we are using some behavioral targeting based on customers' previous buying natures. Suppose you are buying one product for several times. So based on your buying, the sellers can understand that you know that kind of product, and or the business organization may uh, give advertisement based on your behaviors. So that is we call the behavioral targeting. If you use the Facebook boosting options, you may understand that behavioral targeting. There are options like attitudes, like your geography, like your different kind of criteria you can set. So this is e-commerce marketing options. Here is we call the website visitor tracking. This is very simple. As you are going through the websites, they are actually collecting your data, and based on that data, they are actually giving you some personalized messages, or they can provide, as we said earlier, that is you can give them personalized message, and you can provide customized products or services. Here is another options like how an advertising network works. So as you are customers or consumers, you are uh, searching the merchant sites, and actually some advertising firms are collecting your data, and they are giving this data to other firms, and based on that they can target you in different aspects. And here is social e-commerce. This is actually based on digital social graphs. Features of social e-commerce are driving its growth, like news feeds. You know about the social sites like Facebook, like LinkedIn, Twitter. So you have news feeds, timelines. You can social sign-on means suppose you can sign up on different business organization site, so that you can get notifications on their product update or on their solutions. Then collaborative shopping, this is an approach to buy product based on collaborations. Like you can communicate with your friends and families, or you can get the information from previous buyers, and if they are giving you positive feedback, then you are trying to buy the product. So that is nowadays customers can easily get the reviews and they can understand the uh, uh, products problems. So collaborative shopping is possible over online, and then network notifications like you are trying to buy a product. So what your network members are talking about that issues, you may get notifications. And of course, social search or recommendations, you can search the product over social medias or social search options. You may get some recommendations options like when you are searching anything over social medias, later you are getting recommendations. Various organizations are giving you advertisement through these natures. Then social media, here we call that this is the fastest growing media for branding and marketing. Of course, social media marketing, as I said, you need to complete the digital marketing. On that complete digital marketing course, you may complete the social network marketing options. Then here is we call in the social network marketing, you may seek to leverage individual influence over other social graphs. Of course, one of the main source of social network marketing is how many people like the buttons, or how many people are sharing, or how many people are talking about the products. So you can easily understand. Actually, these are some theoretical aspects. You are regularly using these features in on your social. Then social shopping sites, of course, like Pinterest and some other sites, you can understand about that. Social shopping sites are theirs. And wisdom of crowds and crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing means large numbers of people can make better decisions about topics and products than a single person. Suppose you are combining lots of peoples to make decisions. Quora is one of the source where you can get the experts' opinion. Then prediction markets, it is actually happening in peer-to-peer betting markets, like for elections, for any predictions. There are some sites they are engaging with these prediction markets. And now B2B e-commerce, of course, this e-commerce trade is going exponentially. And as I said, due to these COVID-19 scenarios, it grows exponentially. The figures it shows from 2014 to, and right now it actually crossed more than $100 billion, $100 trillion. Uh, then variety of internet enabled technologies used in the B2B, like you may use electronic data interchange, you can use private industrial network, or you may use the net marketplace, or you may use exchanges. So these are some options. Like you may use the electronic data interchange. It is a computer-to-computer exchange of standard transactions such as invoice or purchase orders. So systems like suppliers or customers uh, can engage with the farms. Here you see that you can transact or you can exchange shipping data, you can exchange the payment data, you can exchange the production and inventory requirements. Electronic data interchange. Another one is private industrial network. This is also known as we call private exchange. Here, large firm using extranet to link to its suppliers through this private industrial network. This is basically here it permits your product design and development and marketing options, and production scheduling and inventory managements. And you may understand the communications through graphics and email. I can give example of this private industrial network, like this one. Here you see this is your farm. On the back end you can communicate with your distributors. On the front end you can communicate with your on the back end you can communicate with your suppliers. On the front end you can communicate with your distributors through this private networks. Then next one is net marketplace or e-hub. This is basically a single market for many buyers and sellers. Like you are creating a marketplace where, irrespective of industry, irrespective of her genre or nature of business, various organizations are engaged on your marketplace. So it could be some direct or indirect goods. Direct goods means the goods that customers can use or consumers can use directly, and indirect goods means you are producing products for business organization, that is, other business organizations are buying your goods to prepare some other goods, that is indirect goods. So indirect goods basically used in B2B, but direct goods we call B2C or C2C. And it could be vertical or horizontal marketplaces. Like vertical means if one solution is appropriate for specific industries, then we call that is a vertical solutions. And then a horizontal marketplace, uh, uh, it might be like, suppose you are giving the office supply solutions. So office supplies are used in every industry. So office supply is the example of what we call a horizontal marketplace. That is, you are a office supplies provider, so you are basically mm, the horizontal marketplace service providers. But vertical means, suppose you are producing product for specific industries like health industries. So suppose pharmaceutical issues, you are producing medicine. So that fit only specific industries, that is the vertical fit. Then we have here, as you see, the net marketplace or e-hub. On the place, both buyers and sellers are engaged online marketplace. And exchanges, this is another way, as this is independently owned by third party net marketplace, and many buyers and sellers are engaged on that place. Here it typically provide vertical markets for direct goods for single industry like food or electronics. So it could be vertical or it could be horizontal. That is, you may provide specific solutions for one of the food solutions like Foodpanda, or if we talk about Uber Eats. These are some of the examples. Then m-commerce or mobile commerce, it is also growing exponentially. This is the fastest growing form of e-commerce. Here, as you see, main areas of growth exclusive of location-based services. Just think about the, because nowadays, as we lock down at home, the most of the transactions are happening over mobile commerce. So here is the growth of mobile commerce. Then we'll talk about location-based services. Of course, it is used by 74% of smartphone owners, and the percentage could be higher. Like if we talk about the GPS, global positioning systems, here each and everyone is using Google Map. So from the location-based services, we may get geosocial services. That is, you can identify your nearby friends. Geo advertising, like what shops are nearby, or what, suppose nearby ATM booth, nearby hospitals, nearby restaurants. So you can check out that. And then another one is geo information services, like uh, here, if you want to know about the price of a house or price of the renting options, is like if you want to check out the any flat rent, you can check out that through this geo information service. And here other mobile e-commerce services like banks, credit cards, companies provides account management apps, that is online banking, e-banking or i-banking, and mobile display advertising. Here are some ad options. All these are happening electronically, and 55% of online retailers have m-commerce websites. This is just one research. And most important management challenges of this building e-commerce presence, like you must develop clear understanding of your business objective, and you need to know how to choose the right technology to achieve those objectives. So if you don't know what kind of technology you require, so you will face difficulties. So now I am giving you the idea of this develop an e-commerce presence map. Here websites, email, social media, and offline media. So website, suppose you want to run a uh, business or run electronic commerce. Of course you require website, and you may engage through email marketing, social media marketing, and of course you should use also offline medias. And of course you should develop a timeline or milestones, like you should break your project in discrete phases, like when you will achieve. So I'm discussing about the idea here. You see the e-commerce presence maps. So how do you understand that you are present in electronic commerce site? As of course you require websites. So website might be through browser, through mobile or tablets. And email here, you should uh, use the internal list, or you may collect some lead generations through purchase list. And social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and blogs, you may engage customers, you may provide them some services, and through that you may increase the conversation. And offline media, like print and electronic, print and TV and radio medias, you can create awareness, you can educate the customers through here branding. Now here is e-commerce presence timeline. So as you see, there are some phases. Suppose as we are talking about these options, you may take one action, like in the previous class, as I said, you need to identify some of the e-commerce options, e-commerce business model, and identify e-commerce revenue model for you. Now as you are locked down at your home, you may identify some of the innovative ideas and try to do your project by applying these phases. Like first phase, you need to plan, then you need to develop your websites, then you should engage on social media's plans, social media's implementations, and you must engage mobile fan. So this is all about our chapter 10. Actually I discussed all these concepts very quickly. You may check out these lectures or these slides from here book. That is on the book you may get details descriptions. Still if you face difficulties later, we may engage on video conferencing. I will give you the Zoom platforms video conferencing options. I'll give you the our meeting code and password, and of course we will mm, meet based on pre-scheduled time. So and the lower part of this slides, that is when I will upload this slide, you may make comment here. I know as I discuss the topics very quickly, you may miss something, or if you have any confusion, you can ask. And later when you will do video conferencing, you may engage on the discussions. So by saying so, thank you so much. Stay home and stay safe.